WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Well, this time there's 10,000 bottles worldwide. Yay! Dingle Samhain, not Samhain, Samhain. All right, now if you look at this interesting bottle, this is the first one of the Wheel of the Year. So Dingle's going to bring out 8 different expressions. I hope they do it over about 2 years and not try to push it and do it all in 1 year, but we'll see. But we have actually a symbol here on the side and the front and over here on the side again of that wheel here. All right, so this is a single malt from Dingle, a great distillery I visited in the summer. Triple distilled Irish whiskey, matured in bourbon casks, and has a Muscatel cask finish, 50.5% ABV. Now, it just might be me, but I'm not really 100% clear what Muscatel, Muscatel is. Is it the Muscatella that we have in Germany, the wine, the white wine? Or is it the Moss, M-O-S, Muscatel sherry? Is it a 11% alcohol wine cask from maybe Germany or France? Or is it a specific type of sherry made in Spain? All right, so if anyone out there has more information on that, that'd be great. All right, so the first thing we do is we try to open this up and we go, wait, what's going on here? This is different. It is. Look at that. The lid is this long, and then you can take out the bottle and you can actually then take a look at the box. All right, so the box is a very, very tight fit in there with that bottle, but it's okay. On the back, we have the standard Dingle information, but on this part of it, you have real information, which I like. It says here, now, personally, gold on gray, not my favorite thing to read, but hey, it's possible. All right, so getting the angle right here where there's no glare on it. So, wow, there we go. So, it's glare, 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 turn to the side, I have no glare. All right, Samhain, the festival that marks the beginning of winter and the Celtic New Year. I read online that the experts are not really 100% sure about the Celtic New Year, but hey, I guess I know. Traditionally, after sunset, towering bonfires were set ablaze in pairs and livestock driven between them, believing that the smoke possessed cleansing powers. Ooh. This festival has been celebrated in Ireland for over 2,000 years and is still celebrated in Dingle. Now on the back, we have a little bit more information about the circle here. I'm just going to try to put this over here so you can almost see that circle. Trying to change it so you can actually see the different symbols here. All right, so that's a fire. It says here, the Celtic Wheel of the Year is divided into 8 periods, following the rhythm of the seasons, equinoxes, and solstices. So Samhain is one of the 4 main seasonal fire festivals. Wow. A fire festival, a seasonal fire festival, one of the 4 main seasonal fire festivals, named after belief in the cleansing power of fire. In ancient Israel, farming was the center of the people's lives and hugely dependent on the seasons. Thus, the turn of each season was celebrated with great reverence, and still is to this day, apparently. At Dingle Distillery, we personally select the finest malt and barley for our whiskey, so we understand the value of rich and bountiful harvest. I'm still tripping over that phrase, malt. I think it was New Zealand that said they had to use malt, but of course we have malted rye, and we have malted corn, and we have malted barley, and we have malted wheat, and we have other malted products. Is it somewhere defined malt is just malted barley, or is it just an assumed tradition? All right, good, enough complaining. First fill bourbon, 2 years of a Muscatel finish, 55.5% ABV, whiskey base number 220047. In Ireland, this did appear on the 31st of October. In Germany, it appeared at the end of December. So it took a couple months to get here. Now, what am I going to compare it to? I'm going to compare it to something I really like from Dingle. It's their single malt. This is 46.3%. And this is 61% Pedro Jimenez, first fill casks, and the rest 70, what is it then, 93% first fill bourbon. So I really, really like this one. Over here in Germany, you can get this at the moment for 40 euros. 45 is normal. Over here, we can get this for about 84 euros. And in England, the normal price was 85 euros. All right, so 50.5 versus 46.3%. On the nose, yes, this is a Dingle product. I always get Hawaiian Punch. And over here, I get a lot more of the Hawaiian Punch with a little bit of a dry wood moment with vanilla and a little bit of spearmint. Over here, I get the Hawaiian Punch with more of a darker spice moment. Almost like a thyme, rosemary, a type of cooking herbs. Very, very different from what I'm used to, at least with my whiskeys here. I know a lot about Pedro Jimenez. I know a lot about Oloroso. I've had all the different sherries, even the Muscatel sherries I know, and it doesn't really, for me, in my personal opinion, could be totally wrong, does not really go to that sherry moment. It goes towards a white wine, a Muscatel moment. All right, so let's try this. If I read here a little bit of Whiskybase, someone wrote down here, fruity nose, fresh raspberries, strawberries, cherries, and a bag of gummy bears. After a while, the fruity hustle and the bustle dies down. The raspberries have won the race and don't have a laurel wreath, but spices such as rosemary, tarragon, and savory emerge, which can counteract the fruity note and keep them in check. The interplay between the fruit and the spice is fine and tasty. Now some almond chocolate and a bunch of fresh autumn leaves appear. I can go with the fresh autumn leaves. I wouldn't have gotten that, but I do get that now. All right, cheers. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm not a big fan of the finish. Now, my comparison is you're at the ice cream parlor. You have 35 different flavor choices. Now, I personally, for example, I do not like sherbet ice cream. No, sorry. Lemon sherbet ice cream. I'm not a big fan of raspberry either. All right, so I'm going to try to avoid those flavors. I don't like banana either. But I do like Malaga, I do like chocolate, I do like stracciatella, I do like vanilla, I do like a lot of other things. And this is the problem here. We have all these different types of casks now we can use to finish whiskey in, and sometimes it hits exactly my sweet spot, and sometimes it's a little bit off. Is this a bad whiskey? No. Does it tick the boxes for me? No. And that's our problem here. The 50.5% ABV, nicely done. No problem there. But I do get a little bit of that play of the fruitiness and the herbalness. It's not overly done. There's a little bit more of like a gummy bear, a little bit like an energy drink moment going on here than most other things. There's a little bit of sourness towards the end. There's almost a little bit, and I hate to say this, almost a little bit of like a sulfur moment at the end there. Here online, someone wrote down dry wood, marzipan, almonds, made from almonds, grated hazelnuts, and a little bit of milk coffee. Now, the finish is middle long, dry. and it lingers around a little bit longer with a woody. It's not the typical spice note. It's a little bit of like a white wine spice. I think in German, I think we call, even in English, we call it Gewürztrume. It's almost like a spicy white wine from Germany. Now, as I said, I can be off by 1,000 miles here with my description, but that's what I'm getting. All right, so this, for me, I'm going to add a tiny little bit of water, see if it helps or hinders. It's just sorry. I love Dingle. I started my YouTube channel because of Dingle in English. No one else was doing anything about Dingle, so I decided to start presenting some videos about Irish whiskeys. I visited Dingle this summer. I interviewed Graham. I still owe them the video of that. I met them at fairs. We've talked, we've chit-chatted. I thoroughly enjoy the things Dingle have done and will do and are doing. And yet sometimes some of the whiskeys just don't hit my palate that I would like. I'm not a big fan of this one. I am a big fan of this one. If you can get your hands on the Dingle single malt, with that Pedro Jimenez in here, buy it. As I said, 40 euros, between 40 and 45 euros here in Germany at the moment. Excellent. I think this is a steal for the money. I remember trying this and going, wow, that's what I want from Dingle. Hawaiian Punch, Dingle, classic, well done. Here. Now, congrats on doing something. I mean, it's just like Pinocchio's nose. Yep. Whoops. It's not. I mean, that's weird, but it's kind of cool. It's like, I don't know. McNean had the problem that they went for the round ones, and you have to and then you can put it back on here. And then the air has to escape someplace. I actually put a hole in my McNean. I don't have any of that problems here of that. Actually, at the end, if I do it quickly or consistently, you can then all the air flows out here. There's enough space here that it does that. It's kind of, Jason has a new toy. Yeah. But I do like that box. Very sturdy, very robust, very heavy duty. I feel like I could almost stand on it and it wouldn't break. All right, so I'm looking forward to the other 7. And if I have any say in it, don't release them all in 1 year. We'll see if you can. I don't know if we have enough people out there that are going to buy 8 new bottles of Dingle in 1 year. Collectors, yes. Normal people, 4, maybe. And do it over 2 years. I think that would be the way to go. Yeah, between a C, about a C. It's just not it's well done as a whiskey. It's not hitting that flavor profile, as I said. That herbal, spicy, herbal moment with a little bit of that gummy bear fruitiness, a little bit of the white gummy bears, a little bit of the yellow gummy bears together. Just doesn't do it for me. All right. Value for money, 79 euros is a bunch of money to pay. Buy 2 of these instead. WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. First of all, number 1, does anyone know exactly what type of casks are used? The Muscatel Muscatel wine or sherry casks. Question number 2, what do you think of the what was it called? The Wheel of the Year. These pre-Christian festivals, the 8 and the Celtic calendar that they're going to celebrate. Good idea. I don't think anyone else has done it yet, so I'm going to say yes. And number 3, the last question is, you can pick any or all. What is your favorite Dingle product? Now, there were some of the founding fathers that were wonderful, and there were some daughters and sons that were absolutely great, but they were one-offs. They were single casks. Not something we can get our hands on a lot. All right, thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing, telling others, and sharing. All the best, Whiskey Jason here. Bye-bye.